arrived in Moncton, I was transferred by a company I worked for. One of my colleagues' wives was a tutor for the local council, and it was she that kind of told me all what was going on. And then I happened to be on a journey to northern New Brunswick to visit a client, and on the CBC Radio there was a report about the status of education in the Atlantic region. So, and then one of the things came out saying about the incidence of adult illiteracy in New Brunswick. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it would be so, like we're talking about, great. And that's when they defined a functionally illiterate person as being an adult who had less than a grade 8 level of education. So when I came back, eventually went to the library, got a copy of that statistic, and sure enough, it was right. And so I joined the local literacy council, became a tutor, and as time went by, I became the president of the local council, which wasn't, it was funded by an American organization called the National Affiliation for Literacy Advance. It's now Laubach Literacy Action. And so they funded us, had a field worker, we had people that were able to do different things in terms of training with us, financial support from the US. So then in 1982, we had a conference here in Moncton at the university, International Literacy Conference, and that was when Laubach Literacy Canada was founded, and I became the one of the team members of that group. And then in 1983, there was a conference in Bishop's University where we had everyone was together, and that's when it was decided that there would be separate literacy organizations in each province, and so I then became the president at that meeting, and then had to round up a gang of troops to become members of a board and so on. So I was inspired by all the people that I met, and primarily by a woman whose name, and she's still around, bless her heart, is Thelma Blinn. And she had the role that I assumed when she retired, and so it was her, all that she believed in, truly believed in, right? She's a true social person, and was inspired by people that she'd worked with. And as I was working with more students, I became inspired by them, how I learned more from them than they ever learned from me. Truly, right? I was just amazed, and that's continued. That hasn't stopped. After all these years, it's still.